Hello and welcome to the Fall Fallow Heart Pod. Today's guests are my friend Holly Spray and her mom JJ. I asked them to stop by the Fall Fallow studio today so that we could have a conversation about plants. So welcome everyone, thanks for being here.
Hi, Ro. It has been a while since we last spoke. Good to see ya. I'm here with my mom, JJ, and JJ is 94 years old. Mom, can you say hi?
Hi.
Our aim at Fall Fallow is to combat plant blindness in everyone, everywhere. Plant blindness is a term coined by the botanists Elizabeth Schussler and James Wondersea, and it describes a lack of awareness of the plants in one's own environment. We strive to raise awareness about how beneficial plants are to us and how engaging with plants and in plant-based activities help us to relax and to navigate life a little more smoothly and deal with life's stressors when life becomes overwhelming.
How wonderful. I always knew that I felt great after working in my garden. Pulling and tugging at weeds certainly helps me to relieve a lot of stress.
And interestingly enough, gazing at flowers and potted plants also have the same effect.
But what do you mean when you refer to plant blindness? Can you expand on that a little bit more? Many people plant flowers every year in their gardens, especially when the spring rolls around. You've been cooped up all winter and you are just raring to go to see fresh flowers blooming, to see a new beginning, to see the buds coming out. And all of that just brings joy and happiness because you're aware that in a few weeks or so, you will see some beautiful flowers all springing out and looking so lovely in your yard, your garden, or as you look through a window, you can see all that beauty that you're surrounded by just coming from plants. So we know that many people plant every year, and people are always buying plants. You see them at Home Depot, you see them at Lowe's, you see them at garden centers, at nurseries, you see them everywhere. And a lot of plants are sold every year. It seems to me that people are very aware of plants and not blind to them. So if you can just tell me a little bit more about plant blindness.
Thank you. You make an interesting point, Holly, and let's just talk about that a little more. I know many of us are doing a great job with our home gardens, and of course we have to acknowledge that. But the aim is to motivate people to keep and to expand on the green spaces and the gardens that we already have. What would this look like? This would look like more community gardens, more parks, more cooperative gardens in office buildings. These things are beneficial to us and to our environment.
Yes, I agree with everything that you've said. Wherever flowers are placed, we see beauty. And as you say, even in office buildings, in hospitals, special occasions, in gardens, in parks, wherever they are, they add beauty to the environment.
Absolutely. Let's take a short break, and when we return, we will talk a little more in depth about that. Welcome back, everyone. Today's guests are my friend Holly Spray and her 94-year-old mom, JJ.
Hi, Mom. Oh, I think JJ just kind of snoozed off a little bit, but we'll try to get her engaged. Mom, say hi.
Hi.
Good job. How are you feeling? How are you feeling, Mom?
Good.
That's awesome. What happened today that caused you to feel good? What made you feel good today?
I don't know.
You don't know? You just know that you felt good?
Uh-huh.
Did you see your children today?
Yeah. See them all.
And then you saw me. I came all the way from Nebraska to be with you. And so, did that make you feel good?
Uh-huh.
Anything else that you can think about that made you feel good?
Not, no.
Well, you had plantain chips today, and guess what? Plantain is planted. So, that's another plant based snack that you had today. Did that make you feel good, Mom?
Good.
Yeah, it's good to feel good. What do you plan to do today? Now,
I don't know. I have to sit down and think.
you have to think about it?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Okay, it sounds like the plan is just to deal with whatever the day brings your way, JJ.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you have a chance to look outside today?
Yes.
Okay.
You looked outside today, Mom?
Uh-huh.
Okay. What did you see?
A lot of plants and all sorts of things.
Good job. You saw lots of plants. Her voice is a bit soft. Of course, she's 94, so she speaks a little bit softer. But she did look outside, and she said what she loved was the plants.
And it looks like someone brought the outdoors indoors for her also. That's a lovely bouquet of flowers that someone gifted you with.
Mom, where did you get those flowers from? Do you know?
From friends.
From friends and from your son, Robin.
Uh-huh.
And he brought that for you for Mother's Day. And it's very significant because it brings a lot of special meaning and caring and kindness and love that came with those flowers to say that you're special.
Yes. Flowers, they're a universal symbol to show someone that you care. And a large majority of the population has at one time or the other been gifted or has given a gift of flowers or a potted plant. Holly Spray, I'm going to throw this same question to you. What do you like to see the most when you look outside?
Oh my gosh, of course, sunshine. That's very important to me. I love light. I don't like to see cloudiness and raininess and wind. For me personally, when I look outside, when I see the wind, it's not a good feeling because all I think about is that the wind is going to blow all the petals off of my flowers, and I'm going to come outside and I'm going to see all my petals scattered all over the ground, and I'm going to see some stems with like a little piece of petal on it, and that's not very attractive. And then there goes my enjoyment of my beautiful scenery of my flowers. So the wind is a no-no. The rain, I know we need rain, we need water, so I don't mind the rain, but if it's a thunderstorm, that's a whole different story. So I guess everything in moderation. And of course, my plants. When they bloom, I am the happiest. And especially, I've got some plants outside that have wonderful fragrance, like my lavender bush. My goodness, you just inhale that beautiful, beautiful scent. And you get all the whiffs as you pass by. And I've got 2 of them in the front. And I think it's the best thing that I've done to plant those because they just make me happy, just the scent. The other thing is my butterfly bush. They attract all kinds of butterflies and they flit from flower to flower. And I also have bees that help me with pollination. As we know, pollination is very important for your garden. Looking outside and seeing all of that activity, it inspires me to continue to add to my garden, to continue to nurture them, to continue to water them, to continue to talk to them. I talk to my plants. We have a whole relationship going where I tell them how much I love them. I tell them thank you for being here. I tell them that I enjoy taking care of you. And I have a conversation, and I feel like they understand because my blooms keep getting bigger and brighter and better. And it's just a big, big love affair.
Okay, so it seems like you both look forward to different things, but there's a common theme with the flowers and the plants. So in this podcast, we will build on that love of flowers and plants and show that flowers and plants have many other uses that are not readily perceived, but which are just as important and compelling. When we return, we will go a little more in depth into how flowers impact us in so many ways that are not readily recognizable. Welcome back, everyone, to this segment of the Fall Fallow Heart Pod. Today's guests are my friend Holly Spray and her 94-year-old mom, JJ. And we heard from JJ a little earlier. Today, we're delving into the world of plants and our relationship with them. As we all know, life can become overwhelming, whether it is a health crisis that you or a loved one experiences, an unexpected loss, or an unexpected turn that life took, and you're wondering how to deal with it. Holly Spray, have you ever had an experience where flowers helped you to navigate difficult times? An experience which you feel comfortable sharing with our audience?
Yeah, sure. There have been several times that flowers have changed my life or made me feel better. Like, for example, Mother's Day, my daughter, my stepdaughter, Meredith, she's in LA when she lived in New York. And every Mother's Day, the nursery in Nebraska will bring me a fresh bouquet of beautiful flowers, all colors. She liked to choose bright colors and a baby's breath in there and a mixture of lilies. And it has been so beautiful, and it has cheered me up, and it has made me feel special. And then I remember also another time I had surgery. I think it was Valentine's Day. And that week, my daughter and her friend, her roommate, came by with a bunch of beautiful red roses. And that was also very special for me. I enjoyed it, just the feeling that I was not feeling well, and they brought those flowers. It made me feel that they cared, and I tried to understand the intention, which was to make me feel loved and feel special, and say it with flowers, as they say. And the other thing that I do, like I've got plants, of course, in my garden, I would cut the flowers from time to time and just put it in my vase, because it adds a whole new dimension to my home to have fresh flowers, freshly cut flowers. And more importantly, it's so good to know that those flowers come from your garden. And it's a labor of love, your hard work, because if I really want to have a nice, cute, fresh bunch of flowers. But what better way to pick it from my own garden, knowing that I planted those and that I can enjoy them and watch them change the water, watch them keep fresh. Flowers they're so uplifting. I feel like they tell their own story, and it's a language of love, and it's universal, and it can be shared by everyone. And that's why I feel also you see a bunch of flowers at weddings. Could you imagine a wedding without flowers?
Oh my, yeah.
Could you imagine what that would be like? It would be horrible, right?
Yeah.
So we see flowers at weddings, and we also see flowers at funerals,
That's right.
because it just adds a whole new dimension of softness, and there's something special that it's just such a feel-good thing about flowers that I think weddings are a special occasion, engagements, violence, and even at the end of life, you see flowers there. So yes, indeed, they are special.
Yes, I absolutely agree. Thank you for sharing. It sounds like you have a wonderful family, a wonderful, caring family. So
Yes, I do. Like raising kids, and now they're millennials and Gen Zs. The way that they approach life is different from my generation, but you have to understand and meet them where they are and understand how they view life in order to appreciate what they're doing and having that acceptance. They show their love and their kindness. It might not be the way that I show it, but they certainly do show it in a manner that works for them. And so it's good to understand where they're coming from, what they're trying to do, what they're trying to say, and not be judgmental.
That's right. That's right. I totally agree. I heard how flowers have impacted you, especially when they're given to you as a gift. Things happen. Things happen to all of us, and things happen at any time. Things happen anywhere. We cannot prevent that, but there are things that help us to pull through, and flowers are definitely one of them. Let's take another break, and when we return, we will look at one family's experience where they were blindsided when life took a devastating turn. Welcome back, everyone, to the final segment of the Fall Fallow Hurt Pod. My guests, Holly Spray and I, and JJ, her mom JJ, we're just reflecting on the power of flowers and plants to heal, to calm, and to comfort us. And one family knows this all too well. This is their story about their family matriarch, 94-year-old Jenny.
Hey, JJ, are you sleeping? JJ is here. Say hi.
Hi, how are you?
She says, how are you? Okay. Well, the thing about mom is that, she's 94, but my mom worked until she was 86 years old. So just imagine, and the funny story about that is that when she first got her job, she told her employee that she was 10 years younger than she was. So that just shows the kind of energy that she had. She wanted to work. And so it's the same kind of spirit that she brought to the family and to us, that we saw her every day, every week, getting ready for work and being enthusiastic about that and wanting to go and earn a living. And so that encouraged us as well to fight for something bigger than ourselves, earn an income and be able to use that money to improve the quality of our life in whatever form. So she's really set a really good example. So to see her sick and to see her having a stroke and to see her not being able to do the things that she normally was able to do was very, very hard on the family. She had to learn to pretty much walk again. She had to learn to speak again. She had physical therapy. She had occupational therapy. One deals with the movement. One deals with teaching her to do her activities of daily living again. When you have a stroke, you have cognitive deficits. The things that helped her in her recovery was plants. Just seeing beautiful flowers, because like I said, when my mom worked, she was always nurturing a garden. She was always bringing plants from her job. She was always out there picking and pulling weeds. And I think that's where I got all of that. I never set out to say, well, okay, I'm going to do this because mom did that. I just did it. And then one day I realized, oh, wait a minute, this is like my mom. So to see her, not be able to go outside and pull weeds and water the plants and bring plants and all of that, it was very hard. It was very hard because we know that something that was so special to her had died. Mom, by the way, after she was sick, we thought we'd bring her home too because she never went to rehab. We were concerned about that, her recovery, even though it's called rehab, because she's so used to her own environment that she would not want to be there, and that would impede her recovery.
Yeah. The rehabilitation part was done at home, and it sounds like you incorporated activities that assisted her in her home. How did you use plants in the rehabilitation?
Well, the thing about it, so, they would come to the house and they would assist her with walking in a space in the home. And in the living room, my sister had a collection of plants. And she has succulents and she has all kinds of plants that really require nurturing.
Yeah.
Because those plants are very finicky. And I mean, some of them I've tried and the results were not very happy. So I know that those plants require nurturing. And so it was so beautiful to be able to have those plants there in the bay window, where my mom, who was coming out of a stroke, and that was hard. in it of itself, because just getting her up to use the bathroom and walking her, and every minute somebody's coming and ringing the bell to do some kind of rehabilitation with her, draw blood, walk with her up and down, teach her to speak, help her with activities of daily living, and it kept going, and plus weights and all that. But the one staple was that she was able, when she sat down, to look outside and
Yes.
see the bright light and also see all those plants. So she was able to look at them, and it reminded her of when she was involved in her daily activity where she took care of her own plants. So that was one of her favorite places to be and to sit. We've tried to incorporate some plant-based activities with her where she would be a part of the daily routine because she loves to clean up and put things away.
Right.
So we placed a few flowers in a messy arrangement in front of her and asked her to pick them up and clean it up. And so that was good because we
Yeah.
know that she likes to clean. And as she did that, she was unknowingly working on her fine motor skills.
Oh,
Plants helped her through the healing and recovery process.
okay. Yes.
The plants have been very helpful in healing
Yeah.
in my journey as well as my mom's journey. And like I said, when there are special occasions like her birthday, Mother's Day, she's always welcoming flowers. And she has a nightstand where she puts them and she can look at them whenever she wants. And we change the water, we do things to prolong the life of those flowers because we know that they are so meaningful to her and to her guests because they can enjoy them as well, and understanding the meaning of why she got those and how important she is to us in our lives has made a significant difference.
Yeah. I am so happy to hear that JJ is doing much better. We can see the progress that she's made since she first became sick to now. She's made a lot of progress, and I have no doubt that the flowers helped in the healing process. So,
JJ, did the flowers help you? We help you feel better?
Yeah, they did.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
You see, she says the flowers. Yep, they made her feel better. Especially she loves roses. She got carnations. Lovely, pretty, soft colors that she likes.
yeah.
And, I can attest to that looking at that bouquet of flowers too makes me feel good. And it brings joy to my heart because I know that it's so meaningful to Mom.
It is. Absolutely.
You want to say bye, Mom?
Hi.
Say bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Oh.
Sorry, my voice isn't good today. Bit, but I still can talk.
Yes, and we hear you clearly.
Yes, she
Yes.
still can talk. Yes.
I am woman, hear me roar.
Hear me
You're
roar, Mama. So roar.
Hi. Roar.
That's not a mighty roar, but it's a powerful roar.
That's right,
Yes.
compared to where she was before. Yeah.
Yes,
That's
she's back.
powerful. Yeah.
And so flowers will continue to be a part of her healing, not only for her, for any of us in her family, because that's what we're used to,
Yeah.
being around flowers. My sister has a lot of flowers. She loves plants. She has a lot of flowers. She nurtures them. And so my mom is privy to all of that, and she enjoys every minute of it.
Yes. Oh, thank you so much. JJ, it was so good to see you and good to see where you are now. And just thank you. I just want to thank you for agreeing to participate today and being a guest on the show. And Holly Spray, thank you so much. It was refreshing to hear the connection that you have with your plants. So to all my listeners out there, thank you for listening. And if you enjoyed this Hotpot from Fall Fallow, please tune in next week for our next episode. Until next time, remember this: if you take care of plants, they will take care of you. Bye-bye.